Okay, so equivalent fractions is basically saying I need a fraction that equals the same amount, but just looks a little bit different. So let's go ahead and just let's talk about pizzas here. So I have a pizza here, and in this pizza, I'm going to divide it into 3 pieces. And to show that in a fraction, I'm going to write my fraction up here. In the denominator, that's the bottom number. That's showing how many pieces it's divided into. And I ate 1 of those 3 pieces. So the way to show that in a fraction would be writing a 1 over that 3. So that's how many I ate. So the 1 is the numerator. Now my friend Bobby also likes pizza. And it's important to remember that, you know, a pizza is a pizza, and he also has a pizza. It's the same size. But Bobby decided to divide his pizza into 6 pieces. But, you know, the one thing about it is Bobby ate the same amount as me. So let's figure out as a fraction how we'd write that. So if Bobby divided into 6 pieces, his denominator would be a 6. Even though it's the same size pizza, it's divided into 6, so his denominator is a 6. And as I just told you, he ate the same. So to show that, we'd have to shade in the same amount of pizza. Now his is divided into 6, but you can still shade in the same amount. So can you see how that's the same amount? But in Bobby's pizza, he didn't just eat 1 piece. How many pieces did he have to eat the same amount as me? Well, Bobby had to eat 2 pieces. And so he ate 2/6 of his pizza. But 1/3 is the same thing as 2/6, or it's worth the same at least, because they're equivalent fractions. Now, let's have another pizza. Now, this pizza was eaten by Jackie. Now, Jackie, she also likes pizza. Now, Jackie ate the same amount of pizza as Bobby and I did as well. Except for Jackie divided her pizza into even more pieces. So instead of just dividing it into 3 pieces or 6 pieces, Jackie divided her pizza into 12 pieces. Now, since she ate the same amount, but she just divided hers into 12, how many should go in the denominator? 12. Yeah, because that's how many pieces there are in Jackie's pizza. Now, to figure out, well, how many did she eat? Well, we could shade it, but it gets kind of hard when you have 12. So let's go ahead and do it with our math here. So if we look back over at me and Bobby's amount of pizza we ate, we can use multiplication to figure this out. So we know that a fraction like 2 over 2 is the same thing as 1. It's worth 1 whole. So if we multiply this fraction, the 1/3, or the amount of pizza that I ate, by 2 over 2, we'll get 2/6. Because 3 times 2 is 6, and 1 times 2 is 2. So all we got to do is figure out, well, what do we need to multiply by both the top and the bottom of the fraction? In this case, we know that I ate 1/3, and to turn 3 into a 6, we'd have to multiply it by 2. And if we do that to the bottom number, we have to do the same thing to the top number to get our equivalent fraction. So 3 times 2 is 6, and 1 times 2 is 2. Well, over here, we have Jackie eating this pizza. Now, instead of multiplying my 1/3 by 2 over 2, we can multiply it by a different number. What would be a number? How many would we have to multiply 1/3 by to get a denominator of 12? Well, all we have to do is think about our 3 here, our denominator. 3 times what equals 12? Well, we know 3 times 4 equals 12. So 3 times 4 equals 12, but what are we going to put in that top number? Well, we do the same thing we did to the bottom number. We multiply it also by 4. So 1 times 4 is 4. So we know that Jackie ate 4 of her 12 pieces. So let's shade those in. 1, 2, 3, 4. And if we look carefully at this, we can tell that even though Jackie ate 4 pieces, and Bobby ate 2 pieces, and I ate 1 piece, we all ate the same amount of pizza. Because we first counted our pizza slices, and we're looking at equivalent fractions, and figuring out how to make an equivalent fraction using multiplication.